Hello and welcome back to Shift Survival Podcast. And what an interesting take. I mean, things have clearly changed in ways that we were previously not able to think. And the story has definitely taken a very different turn in the last two chapters. But now begs the question, what comes next? I mean, even though even when you look at it, it feels like, yeah, it's happening. I mean, they are just fighting monsters. Now they have gained power, so yeah, probably we'll get some more monsters, and yeah, it will still continue. Where this is going, what is the story going to offer more? Well, I have a pretty good news for you today. This episode is going to change things and take it just a tad lit notch higher, because it's time to delve more into what's happening in the world. What is the next adventure that they are going to start, and this is going to be the turning point of the story. So please stay tuned for this one because you are gonna love it. And so, without any further ado, let's just get into the story. Real nice, real quick. Here we go. The cracked highway stretched ahead like a wound across the land. Asphalt split in jagged lines, weeds curling stubbornly through the gaps, trees clawing at abandoned cars, and rusting street signs swaying in the faint wind. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the low hum of Abhi's pickup and the occasional cry of scavenging animals. The world had shifted. Forests had begun reclaiming cities. Rivers ran unchecked, and the sudden vanishing of 80% of humanity had left ruins steeped in an airy calm. Kriti leaned forward, squinting at the faint glow of lights in the distance. Abhi, are those people? Abhi's hand brushed the carbon fiber katana strapped to his waist, his gaze narrowing. Looks like a settlement. RV, preached in the back seat, voice barely a whisper, said, Humans? Alive? After all the madness that we saw? Abhi let out a humorless laugh. Apparently. They all must have gained powers just like you two. Still, it's good to finally see other people. Kriti let out a sigh. They all felt an awkward relief, as if knowing there are other survivors brought a sense of calm. But Abhi felt tightness in his chest. It felt unnerving. Powers and human don't tread well together, if history is to go by. His gamer instincts were firing off. Maybe he was overthinking this, but with all the pop culture around, he definitely got skeptical. As they approached, the settlement slowly came into view. A cluster of patched buildings, streets barricaded with scavenged vehicles and lanterns casting a soft amber glow across the gates. The perimeter hummed with quiet authority, guards in mismatched armor and wielding assorted powers scanning the surroundings. The entire place felt alive, a fragile island of order in the chaotic world. From the center of the gates emerged a tall man with calm authority. Rivan, mid-30s, the leader of this settlement. He exuded a presence that commanded attention without raising his voice. Around him shimmered a faint outline, a space barrier, translucent but sturdy. With subtle gestures, he could shift it like a movable wall, direct it to block attacks, or use it to funnel adversaries. Even standing still, the aura of control radiated from him, a silent declaration of power tempered with wisdom. Names first, Rivan said, voice steady, carrying the weight of someone who had seen enough in his life. Then explain why you are here. Kriti and RV spoke hurriedly, recounting the journey from Germany's failed experiment to their current mission, detailing the dangers they had faced and the goal to reach Germany. For answers, Abhi remained silent until the end. We are traveling to Germany, he said evenly. Need supplies, information, and a place to rest for the night. Rivan's eyes lingered on Abhi, noting that katana at his waist and the quiet intensity in his posture. You have seen things, he said, a statement, not a question. Yes, Abhi replied, and survived. Well, welcome to safe haven. Rivan patted on Abhi's shoulder. Quite the original name, I must say, Abhi remarked. Rivan felt that in his gut, but still guided them in the settlement. A settlement, something that Abhi did not even consider a possibility, but was now in front of him. Rivan continued. So, Abhi, judging by your looks, you have been traveling for a while now. Yes, it was difficult, but the journey is far from over. Abhi answered, looking around the settlement. You can rest easy. We have everything here. Rivan showed them around. I don't plan on stopping. You really believe Grey Mori has all the answers you need? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, we are just passing by. All these people have found a new home here. Maybe you can too. Rivan swaying his hand across. We don't need it. I want my world back. It's good to cling on to hope, but the reality is different. I hope you find the answers you are looking for. And you are welcome to stay as long as you want. Thanks, Abhi replied, cold. Rivan took them around the entire settlement and finally arrived at a small shelter. You guys can get comfortable. I will see you tomorrow morning. RV and Kriti quickly opened the door to enter and their eyes shimmered with joy. Having a nice and cozy place in this world felt unreal. Abhi smirked, almost a laugh. For him, their joy meant more, especially after everything they had been through. You might want to reconsider your journey, Rivan whispered, instantly judging Abhi's expression. For them, Rivan gave a gentle pat and left. In the shadows, Shrikant, or as everyone called him, SK, observed. Mid-30s, loyal to Rivan but calculating and shrewd. He watched Abhi with a mix of curiosity and unease. The young man's demeanor drew SK's attention. An anomaly in a world where now ability defined authority. What are his powers? Can he be controlled? Or is he a threat to me? SK mused silently, already planning contingencies, because somehow he saw Abhi differently. Inside Safe Haven, life had adapted with remarkable precision. Streets were patrolled by powered humans and armored volunteers. Gardens were cultivated in neat plots, and scavenged warehouses had been converted into storage and workshops. The hum of coordinated activity filled the air. Teams practiced combat and elemental control, while others maintained the barricades and defenses. Children with flickering powers darted between tents, their laughter echoing through the camp. A fragile but real reminder of life persisting. Abhi observed the rhythm. The settlement was a living organism, with Rivan as its invisible hand. Patrols responded instantly to any disturbance. Barriers flickered into position to contain every threat or protect citizens. Citizens themselves moved with disciplined efficiency. Every structure, every position, every action was part of a grand design. Here, even random abilities had a purpose, channeled and synchronized under Rivan's direction. Abhi immediately set about training K and RV. K struggled to maintain control over her telekinesis, often sending debris flying beyond her intent. RV's fireballs erupted unpredictably, scorching walls and startling other settlement members. Abhi's voice cut through the chaos, sharp and precise. Avi, one fireball at a time. Don't be in such a rush to attack. Breathe. Aim it. Don't let it flow randomly. K. Focus, funnel. Don't scatter. Think like a raid. Move as a unit. Coordinate and control your environment. I know it's easier said than done, but understand the object before moving it. Focus on the task that you want to perform. Let the energy guide it. Even as they trained, Rivan moved subtly among the trainees. His barriers shifted, redirecting stray fireballs, shielding structures, and guiding debris safely to the ground. His movements were fluid, protective, and nearly invisible, like a conductor orchestrating a symphony of chaos and order. SK lingered at the edges, silent but observant. Every command Abhi gave, every precise movement contrasted sharply with his lack of use of powers. And yet, he was the only one orchestrating the group effectively. SK's unease deepened. Abhi felt it. The weight of being powerless among those with extraordinary abilities. Everyone else has powers, and all I have is my knowledge and skills. Will that be enough? What will I do if it's not? By morning, Rivan gathered the powered humans for the first supply raid beyond safe haven. Abhi, K and RV joined the team. A dozen settlers with variety of random abilities. Some could manipulate gravity, others could summon stone walls, someone could teleport short distances. There were unique perks among everybody. Rivan's presence dominated the operation. With a subtle hand gesture, barriers rose and shifted to block potential ambush points. He could isolate threats, protect the team, and direct movements without a single spoken word. Abhi, meanwhile, instantly became the tactical hub, coordinating abilities, directing movements, and ensuring the team worked as one. The pickup rolled along the cracked highway towards a warehouse rumored to contain critical supplies. Cracked asphalt, abandoned vehicles, and overgrown weeds bore silent witness to the vanished population. Every shadow, every rustle hinted only at danger. As they neared the warehouse, shadows darted between crates. Green-skinned goblins emerged, jagged blades in hand, moving in coordinated packs. These were not like the enemies they had faced before. They were intelligent. Abhi barked orders. RV, fire ball left flank. K, funnel center. Others, split right. Rivan, block their advance and push them into controlled zones. Rivan's barrier materialized with precision, corralling the goblins while protecting the team. Fireballs streaked, debris flew. Abhi's katana sliced through any goblin that slipped past their defenses. Every move was synchronized, every attack predicted and countered. Within minutes, the warehouse was cleared. The tactical control that Abhi had impressed Rivan. While controlling the barriers, he kept his gaze at Abhi. A successful raid indeed. The team then began their return, when trees around them erupted with motion. Towering, horned, orc like creatures emerged. Brandishing massive weapons, they fought with strategy, attempting to outflank and isolate the group. Unlike their earlier encounters, these creatures were intelligent and could communicate with each other, which made things way more difficult. Abhi quickly assessed the battleground. Open ground on the left, cover on the right, a narrow trail ahead. Formation tight. RV, target groups. K, funnel them into the corridor. Rest, try to strike them as hard as you can and take their weapons away. The fight was chaos contained. Fireballs collided with orc weapons, telekinesis flung trees into their path, and Rivan's barrier flowed like liquid steel, redirecting attacks, funneling enemies, and shielding allies. Abhi moved between combatants, issuing commands, cutting down stragglers with his katana, and keeping the team coordinated. By the time the last orc fell, RV and K were exhausted, but exhilarated. RV looked at Abhi wide-eyed. I couldn't have done this without you, big bro. Abhi smirked faintly, brushing soot off his shirt. Strategies win battles, not powers alone. Kriti's gaze softened. I never thought you could lead an entire team like this. Abhi's chest puffed a little. Well, I told you, we will be fine. Rivan came in from the back. You've got talent, kid. Enough to lead an absolute victory, with so little knowledge about us and our powers. Which, makes me curious about your powers now, since you never seem to use it. Or is it your intelligence? Arvi jumped in between, trying to say, but Abhi cut him short. No, I don't use my powers. Plus, I think it's better that I don't. Why? Can't control it? Rivan puzzled by Abhi's remark. Quite the opposite. Abhi stared at Rivan expressionless. In fact, that's the reason I don't use it. It can harm people around me, even after absolute control. Rivan just gave a little nod. Fine. As long as you lead like that, I don't think it even matters. Rivan continued to check up on the others, Abhi's gaze toward RV and Kriti, who had visible confusion on their faces. Before you guys say anything, let's keep it under the wraps and just play along. Why? Kriti questioned. Abhi took a deep breath. Please, trust me on this one. I'll explain it later. Abhi turned his gaze. I don't think we should talk about it here. Kriti held RV before he could speak anything. She gave him a look. RV understood. The unease on her face said everything he needed to know. As the team returned to safe haven, the fog beyond the barricade shifted unnaturally. Larger, more organized shadows lurked. Moving with intelligence and coordination, Abhi tightened his grip on his katana. That was just a warm-up. He muttered, the real threats haven't even arrived yet. Inside the walls, the settlement thrummed with life. Rivan's command ensured every movement had purpose. Every powered individual was guided. And Safe Haven was more than just a sanctuary. It was a force to be reckoned with. Abhi knew one truth clearly. His powerless state was a delicate topic, and the unknown dangers lurking beyond the walls would test them all. A new set of monsters have started appearing, and things are only getting worse. Survival now required trust, cunning, and leadership, even when raw power was present. With that, we come to an end of episode 7, Heaven in the Ruins. And as you must have understood, this was a turn of events. We are not just 3 people now, it's an entire settlement. And as any story goes, whenever settlements come in, things aren't just about, survival, basically against monsters, against beings. Sometimes the political aspect can get a little treacherous. As you can already notice, right? Right? Abhi has kept a secret in a way. He's not telling anybody what his powers are because, as we all know, he's not even like he's just a normal guy. He doesn't have anything to go with. But it's interesting how he's reacting to it. Who knows? What do you think? Why has Abhi kept it a secret? Let me know in the comments what you think Abhi is thinking in his mind right now. But things have definitely taken a different turn, as I promised you at the start of the episode. And here on out, it's going to get even wilder. Because why not? I mean, now there is a settlement, there are people, there is somebody who has a little problem with Abhi, it seems. And let's see how that one pans out. I mean, we don't know what SK or Shrikant's intents are, but he definitely has something to do with Abhi. And with that, we end today's story. I hope you had fun with this one. Let's hope that you are looking forward for the next one, because I am too excited about this. Have fun, have a good life. Peace out until the next episode. Bye bye.